Okay.
It's
That's
me, a Mario.
Mario.
You know,
Yahoo!
I'm gonna put both those claps in the fucking recording or the video,
Y-
don't you?
Yeah, but hopefully, if we do the codec call, that'll be in front of that, so it'll flow a little bit smoother.
I don't know how you plan on how you think I'm gonna do that.
Well, if it doesn't end up there, we're gonna look like fools. So
No, I'm just saying, like the code, like it's a neat idea, but we need like a setup for it.
if we don't do it now, we'll do it in like episode 50.
Sure, episode 50, and then the production value will increase a bit, but
By a whole 2 pence.
we might actually be
Well,
making some sweet, sweet Patreon money, and by we, I mean me.
Why you gotta be so rude?
Hey, you make money. I make love to people that aren't you.
But Paulus, I thought I was your one and only.
You think you're the first person I started a podcast with?
I don't know how to process this. I'm gonna drink.
Oh yeah, shit, that's a fair point.
What?
I need to get my bottle of Morgan's.
I see. Fun fact, viewers, I drank an entire bottle of Kraken before I started today, so starting the booze early.
I
Always
just
sounds like a
cry
good
in
idea.
the shower every time we record this. It's good times.
I'm surprised I can't hear the running water right now.
At least I turn it off. Like, who do you take me for? You know, save energy, man. Save the trees and shit.
Fair enough. I've got my electric blanket running for when I eventually just collapse.
Fucking degenerate. Christ.
Fuck off, okay?
Electric blanket. Be a real man and sleep naked on the fucking hardwood floor.
I live in a goddamn attic.
I
Leave
know
me
you
alone.
do. So you should live like one. Actually, fair enough. You do live like a degenerate. A degenerate who lives in an attic, so I stand corrected.
Anyways,
Anyway, yeah, it's episode number trio.
welcome to Shed Talks. I'm still
No.
in a dream.
We passed up on the stair. We spoke of was and when. Although I wasn't there, he said I was his friend, which came as some surprise. I spoke into his eyes. I thought you died alone a long, long time ago. Oh no, not me. I never lost control. Your face to face with the man who sold the world. I laughed and shook his hand and made my way back home. I searched for fallen land.
No, you can't say that now. Can't say that now. That's a touchy subject. Can't say that.
We're not monetized. It doesn't really matter. YouTube doesn't
Eh,
even know we
anyways.
exist. A vast majority of people don't know we exist. So,
Yeah, but like, I'm sure if no, I'm not even gonna say if. When we pick up in viewers, I'm sure some people come back to our older videos, be like, oh, what did they used to be like before they had all the hose and poop they wanted,
I like
and
the,
then
I like
they'll
this.
see how sexist we are.
I like this idea that we're gonna turn into the fucking Paul brothers in a couple months' time, which I'm not like gonna be angry about. I'm just saying.
Can I be Jake? I want to go to Japan. Wait, that's Logan. Fuck!
Yeah, I was gonna call Logan anyway, so suck my dick.
Yeah, I'm the older one anyway, so.
I'm the handsome one, and the glitch.
Go fuck yourself.
Every-
I've got the better voice.
You sound like you're fucking autistic, is what you sound like.
Which is true.
We'll not get into that. Anyway, yeah, episode 3.
Yes.
We're not going to be talking about the Paul brothers. Before we start, I guess, I wanted to just say a little thank you for the numbers. I think I speak for both of us. We just didn't really expect how, not big, but 100 views is 100 views on both videos now, and we're pretty happy about it.
Yes.
Thank you, Andre, for the shout out as well. It was very funny.
Thank you, OMG Kazi, or whatever you're going by now.
What's his Twitch? I don't know. I'll put his Twitch in the description if I figure it out.
I don't know. He used to be, for anyone who watches OMFG Kazi,
Which is
he used
no
to go
one.
which, his old persona used to be, I think it was glitching rabbit or kangaroo or something like that.
Oh god, that literally sounds like something like a random, like just push the randomize button on your Xbox gamer tag. Christ.
Jeez.
But yeah, thank you, Andrew. Big kissies. I know you're not gonna watch this, but still, might as well.
Yeah, you
Fake
big old
fan.
cunt.
Funny enough, I posted. I think I already told you this. I posted the thing, like the art on Facebook, and then he had the gall to post underneath it. Can't wait. I'm like, you fucking asshole. You don't watch this shit.
How
Dare
dare you
you.
be interested in our... How dare you be interested in our content, you son of a bitch.
Anyway, yeah, thank you, Andre. Anyway, Scott, I will mix up things, and I will let you choose the starting topic. So,
Ooh. Starting topics.
yeah, so you have a choice between invisible rat piss covered in money,
What?
invisible rat piss covered in money, or
Okay.
the rotting corpse of a space marine flying.
Can I pick a nylon bag that you wear on your chest?
No.
Oh, okay.
You have to choose
Well,
one, Scott. We gotta progress this our show, or we'll
Okay,
sit here in
okay.
silence for an hour and 20.
Well, I mean, I'm okay with that.
Me too.
Okay.
Now pick one, you fat fuck.
Invisible rat piss, I guess?
Invisible rat vomit. Right.
Oh, my apologies.
So EA is a bad boy.
I'm sorry. I'll slap myself.
Yeah, for whatever reason. Anyway, yes, a little bit of a history lesson for you viewers. I'm sure most of you probably know by now, but EA, if somehow you don't know, owns the license to make Star Wars branded entertainment interactive video games. Interactive fuck you.
Media.
Media, sure, whatever. This was after the closure of LucasArts, and then pretty much Disney was just like, well, we need someone to give it to make video games because we needed to tap in that market. Here, EA, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
That was back in 2013. What a time.
And Paulus, what has EA done with the
the Star Wars license
the cash?
as a whole?
Yes, what have they done with the cash cow that is the Star Wars license? What
Wow.
have they done?
Well, I guess it's not necessarily their fault, but Star Wars 1313, which was unfortunately just in between the whole LucasArts and Disney buyout, so that was just an unfortunate victim, but I'll put that in there just so you don't forget that Star Wars 1313 got cancelled. And then we have Star Wars Battlefront 1, which I think we can all agree was the equivalent of cold piss.
Of Fallout 76.
Oh,
It was a great game. Everyone loves it. No one hates it at all. No criticism at all.
It was mediocre. As someone who's played it, I actually think it's okay, but it's very basic okay. It's not that good, and it's not worth the money. Like, I think I told you this beforehand, but like, originally, it's like pretty much, say, you bought the game full price for like 60, 70 bucks, super duper edition, you love Battlefront, you get it, like, wow! And then there's a season pass for pretty much the same price of the game that you just bought, So that's like 100-ish, 120 bucks.
And remind me, Polonius mustard.
I got the entire thing, DLC included, for like 10 quid, which is probably around 15 to 20 bucks.
Oh my god.
Conversion rate, which, granted, a fair bit later on, but you get what I mean. It's just, like, if you actually bought that back in the day, I feel bad for you, but I also want to tell you, haha, suck my dick, just because I'm a dick. Anyway, yes, and then, what comes later? Well, I think it was, 2016, 17? I think it's 17. Star Wars Battlefront 2 comes out, and that was better. Obviously not at the beginning. I think we all remember the fiasco that was the...
Microtransactions!
Yes, it was a complete and utter shit show. Battlefront 2 was at the beginning.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's insane how much of an uproar that actually had back then, because you never, like, it was a thing, but I think Battlefront 2 is really the straw that broke the camel's back then, when it was like Overwatch was doing it, Call of Duty was doing it, fucking everything was doing it, and then literally Battlefront 2 style was literally just, yeah, this is an integral part of the gameplay.
Yeah, that was practically just pay to win when you already had to pay to get into the game.
Exactly, and you know, but there's one thing that Battlefront 2 at that era did give us, and that was the classic Reddit history maker, pride and accomplishment, the most downvoted thing in Reddit's whole history. As an EA exec or like representative tried their best to read off a script.
Oh my god.
Bless that guy.
Like, fucking... How can you say that with a straight face? Like, oh, well, I mean, if you don't buy our stuff, you just will have the pride and accomplishment that you spent, what, over 2 days?
Yeah.
48 hours to unlock one hero.
One character.
Which... One character, which, may I remind you, that Star Wars Battlefront 2, you had them all from the beginning of the game.
Yes. Anyway,
Oh no, that's just the games industry evolving over time.
Yeah.
No, EA, that's just you being a money-grubbing bastard.
It's insanity, but like, yeah, it wasn't fun times. I'd say Battlefront 2 is actually pretty good now. Still not great, 6 out of 10 at best, but still, it's enjoyable. I play it from time to time still, because the core of Battlefront 2 is still a good game. I think DICE itself tried its best with what it was given, but it was the key.
Fair enough.
Because I think the thing was is that once they announced at some point that they were going to completely remove the micros and just replace it with cosmetic only, which was completely fine. Too little.
Which it should have been in the first place.
Too little, too late though. But like, I think it's strange because like, well, maybe not strange, but like, it took forever to get that patch out to, you know, live servers and all that, and just that kind of stuff really tells you how like integral the microtransactions were to the core of like Battlefront 2's design, and like how it was balanced. It was balanced around the micros, and then they rebalance it where it's like, okay, we have to actually make a system where it's not just luck based. But anyway, I'm gonna try and wrap up my little, because there was a lot that happened with Battlefront 2. Christ.
But no,
None
I
of it
believe
good.
we still need to go into the meat and potatoes of the discussion.
There's
which...
a lot of meat on this, but I'll quickly finish up with saying, after the Battlefront loot box scandal, pretty much game companies got microscoped by politicians afterwards, and that's the whole
Jesus Christ,
gambling
yes.
thing. And then that leads us to Shed Talks episode 1. Happy times.
Oh my god, it's actually... Yeah, we were talking about that in Shed Talks episode 1. All those
Exactly.
months ago.
Months and months ago. That was 2018. Feel old yet?
I've been feeling old since episode 1.
So, have you noticed anything? We've just covered the games that have been released. The 2.
Now, yes, now to talk about all the games that weren't released.
The first victim, I think victim's apt. The first victim was Visceral Games', if you don't know, the guys who made the Dead Space 1, 2, and 3.
Bless their souls. R.I.P.
Yeah. Their first going was a Uncharted style linear single player action adventure Star Wars game where you play as a bounty hunter and you go pew pew and they go ah.
Which in fairness sounds like a fucking awesome idea, because what's the one thing that most Star Wars fans love? It's bounty hunters. Everyone loves Boba Fett, despite the fact he's fucking useless.
Well, I will not get. Don't tempt me.
But no. One thing anyone loves about Star Wars is like bounty hunters. Who wouldn't want to play as a bounty hunter, Paulus? Tell me, what happened to this incredibly, most likely profitable project?
Got canned. Cancelled. And Visceral
You
Games
say
got,
what?
And Visceral Games got eaten alive by the hungering mouths that is Electronic Arts.
Well, that's incredibly confusing. Why did it get canned, Mr. Mustard?
Well, it's a bit, higgledy-piggledy. Well, not at the moment, but just on the knowledge that's out there at the moment. But put simply, I guess the idea from the eyes of a EA executive was that it didn't meet the vision that they were trying to make, or more appropriately, how would you implement a live service model to a single-player linear game? And
That's very strange.
It's very
considering
strange.
EA also published Mass Effect, which was incredibly financially successful franchise.
Yeah, exactly.
Which,
everyone wants to put
not until the third game, which I'm fairly sure we all know
Fiasco
what
behind
the reception
that.
for the third game was.
Although I did hear it's good. It's just the ending was shit. Whatever. Water under the bridge or whatever. But anyway, yes. For the Visceral Games Star Wars game, it was basically one of the lead writers or lead directors was fuck, I don't remember her name. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I think Amy Hennig. Basically, the Uncharted games. All the colorful and creative and humanizing writing and fun stories it tells. Yeah, she was sort of like maybe not the brainchild, but a big component in what made the Uncharted games so well liked. She was on the project. I heard a good tweet or something about this, was basically like, if you don't want an Uncharted style, Star Wars game, which are very, linear games, don't hire the person that was famous for making Uncharted, or at least being a part of it. But yeah, it was, I still remember during, this is all, not allegedly, but how would I phrase this, just apparently like during like a wee conference call between EA and Visceral, it was, I think maybe Amy or some kind of like actual member of the development team was talking about just the game itself, the story beats and all that, and blah blah blah. And I think, now this isn't 100% quotation, but it's on along those lines. An EA executive pretty much is saying, "Yeah, but FIFA 18 made $1 billion last year for us. Where's your version of that?" And it's just like,
Jesus Christ.
yes.
EA, can we stay on the table? I understand we ripped the ass out of this company last week, but Bethesda have a game, a little independent game, didn't make too much. Skyrim, released in 2011,
Yeah.
to this day has thousands of people still fucking playing it.
Geez, Sky, you're getting a little bit heated there.
Excuse me! Electronic artists, you fucks!
I apologize. This is to any
Jeez.
electronic artists out there who've been offended.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for anyone's eardrums that got exploded via my...
Don't worry, I'll just mute your audio.
Just mute it. Just replace it with elevator music.
I might do that, actually. Anyway, yeah, so that's the whole... That's a very shortened and concise and not very clear piece of Visceral Games' Star Wars game that got canned. Now, the original idea was after Visceral got eaten, pretty much, The idea was is that we're gonna repurpose it into an open world Star Wars game where you play as a Jedi or something.
Which again sounds very cool.
Which sounds
like
decent.
everyone,
you
which
know?
a lot of people like the Star Wars universe. I'm sure they would love to explore different
yeah,
planets.
I'm pretty sure
and
there's
such,
enough.
just like KOTOR,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
which
there's
was a
enough
very
people interested.
successful franchise.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's enough people who are interested in Star Wars enough to buy anything with the name Star Wars on it, aka me, you, and like half of the population of Earth.
Like, quite frankly, I've been eyeing up the fucking Star Wars role-playing books on eBay for ages, wanting to do like a campaign on it for like fucking ages.
Yeah, you fucking
Just
nerd.
wanting to do something with. Fuck off! You want to do it.
I never said
I kn-
nothing.
I know you want to do it. You want to make your own little Boba Fett, own little Boba Fett.
I don't know.
OC.
Boba Fett. I don't know. I've always been more of a
My-
Grievous.
My character is called
Colonel Star Killer. He has the
and
power of the
he's-
Force and also killed Han Solo, but actually he survived because I don't fucking know. It's completely lost me.
He also has a symbiote who
fuck off,
acts
you
as
fat
like
cunt.
armor that makes him super cool and strong, and he eats a lot of chocolates.
God, next time I see you, I'm gonna fucking rip out your teeth.
Oh, you love me too much.
You're still gonna get that kick in the balls.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Anyway, yes.
back onto topic.
So
Yes, what happened to this open world Star Wars game?
Now, this is the most recent bit of news that sparked a bunch of controversy, I guess. But basically, put very simply, the skitty of his drumroll, please. It got canned again.
What? It got cancelled.
It got cancelled.
But why? That
So-
sounds like a very, very profitable idea.
See, the
like,
thing is that like I know you're taking the piss, but literally it is. Like
Yeah,
you put
I
Star
know
Wars.
it sounds-
You put Star Wars on anything and it will sell.
honestly, even if you took like any Assassin's Creed game, slapped on like a retexture, so it looks like it's on the Star Wars, it's from the Star Wars universe, you would make mad bank.
Star Wars.
Just because it looks like Star Wars.
Just Bounty Hunter 2 on like Assassin's Creed 2 ported to like the fucking PS4 and Xbox One, and it would
Exactly.
sell.
Just get. Yeah, it would sell. I'm telling you right now. Just change a couple plot beats. Change it from Rome to, I don't know, Naboo.
No. Well, actually, maybe Naboo. I was more thinking Coruscant because like it would fit
Coruscant.
with
That's what I was
Assassin's
trying to say. No one wants to be on Naboo. No one wants to interact with the Gungans.
Fair,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
fair enough. Well, unless you get to kill him, because then that's okay with me.
Oh, that would be great.
Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is kill all the Gungans.
Oh my God! You know, it would have been great
What?
if they did what they did for Force Unleashed 2, where they released a DLC where, you know, in Force Unleashed 2, it was literally just a DLC where you got to kill Ewoks.
Kill the Ewoks, huh?
Yeah, like it was like I believe it was that it was like an alternate reality where Starkiller
Oh yeah,
stayed
he,
with.
yeah, he was a Sith.
Yeah, he stayed as a Sith.
Sith.
So he went on to Endor and started killing Ewoks.
Ewoks. Christ.
If they did that for the Star Wars open world game, where you just got to kill Gungans en masse, I'm fairly sure many people would have bought that just for that DLC.
Yeah, Christ. Well, I do remember in Force Unleashed there being another Sith mission. I think this was in the first one where it was like you pretty much like you make Hoth even worse outcome than it already was for the rebellion.
Oh jeez.
So much so where I'm not too sure. No wait, I think your Starkiller lets the Millennium Falcon escape, but then he catches Luke and then he turns him to the dark side.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you fight him in a boss fight and then you beat him and then he's like, "Rise, my apprentice," and he's got the Sith eyes and all.
Oh my god.
And they never followed up on that. It was the huge. It's a pretty big cliffhanger, actually. Now that I think about it.
Oh my god.
At least as far as I know, I don't know if they ever followed up on like Luke being like fucking Starkiller's apprentice or whatever the fuck. Although
I'm fairly sure.
is that Starkiller's Sith design is rad as fuck.
Like, I'm fairly sure he just kind of looks like Kylo Ren.
To me, he looks different.
If I remember correctly.
Listen, to me it looks different, but like default Starkiller, where he just had Starkiller, where he's just bald. He looks very basic. His Sith one with the mask and the fucking bandages, he looks
Oh
sick.
yeah. Honestly, slap a mask onto any generic character, and they will become a cult classic.
Yeah, because masks are awesome. That's what I've been telling people for
I mean,
years.
why do you think I'm into Power Rangers? It's because of the characters? No, because they have cool suits.
I thought you were just gonna say because you are a fucking weeaboo.
Yeah, that's half of it.
I'm glad we understand each other. Anyway, yes. But back on topic, Christ. If I were EA, I really hope that like, because I'm assuming, because apparently, back in the Battlefront 2 scandal, one of the presidents of Disney called up what's his name, the fuckface from EA. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because the thing is, ever since EA has had that license, they've been nothing but bad press for Star Wars. And it's just like, how does anyone at Disney... Now, I get it, they're not very, like, into their video games and all of it. It's not their biggest, like, concern. But still, marketing is marketing. It's like, you can clearly tell. Like, it's very apparent. Like, the whole Battlefront 2 backlash alone should be enough of, like, an alarm bell for you to be like, I don't like how these guys are doing with our property.
Yeah, and, like, okay, think of the 2010s, compare it to the 2000s. How many fucking Star Wars games came out in the 2000s?
Let me tell you, folks.
Off the top of my head, Battlefront 1, Battlefront 2, fucking...
both KOTORs.
Both KOTORs, fucking... Like I mentioned earlier, fucking Force Unleashed, Episode 1 Racer.
Yep.
Fucking
Lego
Bombad
Star
Racer.
Wars. Come on, Lego Star Wars. That's a classic.
Okay, in fairness, that was like one of my first PS2 games, so I can't really say anything.
Exactly, Lego Star Wars, the greatest game ever made.
But no, what I'm trying to say is that in the early 2000s, you couldn't escape Star Wars no matter where you turned. Like, it was in your cereal, it was in your games, it was in your toys. Here, like...
And funny enough, it was in an era where Star Wars was kind of dead. Like, this is an era pretty much where, like, the prequels are out, and they were, like, Episode 3 released in 2003, I think. And it was like near the end of, like, the Star Warses until, like, you know, the 2015, 16, until the sequels came out. So it's like, how come they could make so much more games back then when Star Wars realistically should have at least been, like, you know, not that big culturally? But when Star Wars, I'd say, is back, maybe not at its complete peak, but a lot more relevant today, how could you not capitalize on that by only making 2 fucking games?
Exactly, because, I mean, Star Wars has been a property that's been around for...
decades.
I want to say like 50, 40 years.
Ages, not decades.
And it has consistently made bank.
Yes, like since the 70s,
and
Christ.
You would think that EA, the electronic artists that the artists that care about profit more than the art they make, would want to capitalize on that by getting as many people to work on them as possible. Fuck, get goddamn BioWare to work on another KOTOR game. But oh no, they're making Anthem. And quite frankly, I know Anthem has been getting a lot of traction recently, but the last bit of Anthem news I remember being excited about was fucking 2014 or something like that.
Yeah, also for the record, we're not going to be talking about Anthem because neither of us... I don't know if I'm speaking for you, but I couldn't care less about Anthem.
I quite frankly couldn't care, because in my eyes, fucking BioWare has just fallen from greatness.
Well, that's the thing about, like... That's the thing about these things, where it's like... I remember back when Killer Instinct 2 was being made. No, the remake of Killer Instinct or whatever, the one for the Xbox One. I think there was a kind of bit of an uproar that like people were saying like it's not made by Rare, you know, who were the original developers. But it's like that shouldn't matter because the people who originally made it aren't there anymore. Rare isn't what it used to be.
Rare is making Kinect games now.
Yeah.
They're not. The thing is,
The point.
it's the same. It's the same thing with Atari.
Yeah.
Atari. A lot of people remember them as being the great company that were making mad money before the crash of the 80s.
Yeah.
But the thing is, none of the people then are the same people that are around now. It's basically a completely different company.
They're fucking gone.
So
yeah, that's what I mean.
it may be wearing the face of a company you know and love, but really underneath it's just a stranger that wants to come into your house and steal your money.
Yes.
Is that a weird is that weird, or am I making any sense?
I didn't hear any of it. I will not worry about that.
You'll get the audio file later.
That's great. That's some real coercion we have. This is some real, fix your fucking internet, god damn it.
I'm sorry, I don't pay for the internet.
Not my problem. Right. Yeah, so we don't care about Anthem.
Yes.
But we'll not be talking about
Anthem. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, BioWare. I used to believe you could do no wrong, but you've betrayed me, and I don't care anymore. Oh, hi, Paulus.
The thing is that, like, at least for Mass Effect Andromeda, it wasn't even made by the guys who made, like, or at least not the team or the name that originally made the original fucking Mass Effect. It was a different team entirely. So, that doesn't really matter much. Anyway, yeah, EA bad. Star Wars, or more specifically Disney, is also bad. But, Disney, if there's like a back out clause in the contract you sold or signed with EA, please take it. Like, come on, have some self-respect. Have some dignity.
If there's one piece of media, if there's one piece of Star Wars media that hasn't been sullied yet, I guess it's the comics, because I've been hearing it's quite good.
Yeah, the thing is, no one buys comics, so.
I mean, I haven't, and I have a shit ton of disposable income, so.
Yeah. Anyway,
then again, I don't read.
Because
so,
you can't.
I've just heard.
You've heard that you can't read.
I've heard I can't read. No, nah. It's just I've heard that they're good. I just haven't shelled out yet.
Not yet.
Yes. Any more for this topic, or?
Not unless you want to add anything now. Well, actually, I'll just say, play Lego Star Wars. Get it on Steam or something. It's a good game.
Played Lego Star Wars on Steam. What, the Complete Saga? Is that the only one that's it's on Steam
Well,
at the
you should
moment?
get the Complete Saga anyway. It's got everything. Be a fool.
Oh, fair enough.
A fool.
I don't know about you, but the version of Lego Star Wars I had as a child was, I think it was the second one, where they had the Orig-Tridge.
Orig-Tridge. No, I think the prequel ones
like,
came out first and then the Orig-Tridge.
Yeah, but I'm saying the second game had the Orig-Tridge.
I actually like it when Lego games, where they didn't talk.
Oh, yeah.
So much better when they just mumbled. They're just like...
It kind of felt like it had a bit more character to it.
Anyway, yeah, I was going to talk about Mortal Kombat for a second there, but, I'm going to get into a tangent the moment I start talking about Mortal Kombat, so I'll mention it later. Anyway, yeah, next big topic, which I actually want to talk about, is...
which I believe something about a Space Marine?
The next topic is the green rotting corpse of a Space Marine flying. So Bungie left Activision. See, I'm trying to do the Yahtzee thing back on when he did, what was it called? Let's Drown Out, when his topics had little euphemisms, so that's what I'm trying to steal. But I'm not as good as him, if you can't tell.
I think it's a good idea, considering he doesn't do the drown outs anymore. We can capitalize on that market.
Also, Yahtzee, if you want to join us, please do. I think we'll be ripe for you. I think
Yahtzee, I've been listening to your book Jam. I really like it.
that you released like 5 years ago.
I've also bought We'll Save the Galaxy for Food.
Fair enough.
I thought that was pretty good.
Or if we can't get you, Gabriel, I much welcome your presence as well. I quite like you too.
What does Gabriel do anymore?
Fuck if I know. I have no.
What did he do in the first
I
place?
have no clue who he is. I just know he's Gabriel. He likes wrestling, and he talked about video games fighting games on one time. I was like, I like this guy. Anyway, yeah,
like,
Gabe, hit us up,
Is
baby.
it weird, like... Is it weird, like, the most memorable episode to me was the one they did on... Was it Manhunt? You know, the one where Earth was taken over by a alien race of floating eyeballs.
What? I don't know.
It's some Amiga game that they did.
Sick. No, I think my favorite one is the Viscera cleanup one, but again, I don't want to get more into tangents. We're 30 minutes into this as far as I can tell.
Okay. Topic 2.
Anyway, yeah, Bungie left Activision recently, and that's a good thing for Bungie. Absolutely, because if you don't know, somehow, Bungie is the guys who made the Halo series, a very small indie title that never got too far, but it was very good in the, yeah.
I mean, it was mildly influential
Mildly
in the
influential,
Xbox. Mildly influential
Kind
in
of
the
built
Xbox's life
Yeah,
cycle.
kind of, sort of, help
Bit of
the
a cult
Xbox.
classic.
Yeah, just kind of helped the Xbox a little bit. Not like Blink's the Time Sweeper though. Oof, people still won't shut the fuck up about that to this day.
Oh, I love that
God,
cat.
like,
I could yiff that cat all day.
Okay, forget I mentioned anything. I literally, I can't even make a joke without you ruining it. Right. Anyway, yeah. Bungie, makers of Halo, the original ones. I think up to 3.
Yes. And no, I think they also did Reach.
That's what I mean. Reach came.
I don't think 3, 4.
Reach came before 3, didn't it?
No, Reach came after 3.
I've never played Halo, so I don't know.
For fuck's sakes,
I
Thomas.
never owned an Xbox. The closest I've gotten to playing Halo was like the Halo 3 demo on my cousin's Xbox, and that was back in like 2012.
Paulus, you could have just came to me, the man who has about 5 copies of Halo 3, 2 copies of Halo ODST, and 3 copies of Halo Reach. You could have just came to me and asked for any of them.
Yep. Anyway, enough about Halo. Also, Bungie made Destiny, which I think I can speak for the both of us that we don't care about Destiny.
Only thing I really care about is that Peter Dinklage played like the little
Yes,
ghost robot thing.
The wizard came from the moon
And
and all that. Also, I have a friend who would die to say that was a good voice, just because it's Peter Dinklage and Dara.
No,
I'm
the thing
sorry,
is-
but you're wrong.
The thing is I want to say about it is that it may be monotone, but he is playing a robot.
I know, but like, he just does it bad. Alright, I just can't excuse it, and I know, again, like, I think Nolan North is a fine choice, but again, water under the bridge. They made Destiny. I don't really care much about Destiny, but funny enough, I think this has been the most effective bit of marketing for someone like me, because I finally care about Destiny, because I think it's been noted in the past that there's always been conflict between Activision and Bungie, because Activision being the publisher wants to monetize it, be the most effective at marketing, blah 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 blah, monetization.
Meanwhile, Bungie wants to make a good game.
Yes, so there's obviously been conflict since the first Destiny, and originally Destiny was supposed to be Activision's big moneymaker, the sequel to Call of Duty essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Put simply, that didn't happen. I think Activision has always said that Destiny is always disappointed on the sales end of things, and that's not even saying Destiny's bad. Like, I know people who play Destiny will defend it, to the bitter end. Hello, Dara, once again. But yeah, I think ever since this departure, I think it's gonna do Bungie some good, because they'll finally have creative freedom, and I think they'll finally make the game they probably wanted to make from the beginning.
Do you know what publisher they're moving to?
They're not.
Or...
They're self-publishing.
Oh, they're
As
self-publishing.
far as I know, yes. That's because when they released
fairness-
their little press statement, and as far as they can tell, yes, Destiny 3 is happening, and it's going to be self-published as far as I know. So they're not attached to
Okay.
anyone just yet, if ever.
Well, in fairness, I'm sure they still have Halo 3 money in the vaults.
I don't know if
So,
they can.
and I'm fairly sure.
I'm gonna hope
I'm
so.
fairly sure that. I'm fairly sure that money could
Oh, yeah.
run a small country for the next millennia.
That's the thing. Like, that's the thing. Like, I think. Well, maybe. I do think that Destiny 3 will probably sell well, just due to the controversy as a whole, if people still remember it. But anyway, that's besides the point. Anyway, we're happy for you, Bungie. We hope you do well. But I more wanted to focus on the wounded giant to my right here, also known as Activision. So, put simply, Activision isn't in the greatest of places right now, ever since the departure. Now, I know
Yes.
Destiny was their biggest franchise, probably second to Call of Duty still. But,
Considering it was their only other
Yeah.
IP that they were releasing.
But I want you to take a bit of a guess. After Bungie's departure, how much money in stocks do you think Activision lost after the departure?
How much they lost?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say about 3 million, maybe.
$300 million loss.
300 mil.
That was a projected increase in money of 300 million that Activision has lost. Again, if I got that number wrong, apologies, but I think it's that if I remember correctly. But yes, that's a lot of money to lose. And the problem is...
That is very much a lot of money to lose.
Absolutely, and the problem is, when you look at what Activision has, you have to ask yourself, what does Activision have to get back that income? So let's round up the stuff that is just Activision and not related to Blizzard. So we have Call of Duty, we have
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot, and we have Spyro
Yes.
and Diablo.
Yes.
I think that's it.
We
That's-
could also put in Skylanders in there,
Well,
but that's
yeah. I won't put
but that's
Overwatch
kinda
in there
dead
because
at
I
the
think that's
moment.
still helping them, but not worry about that just now. But basically, that's a very little amount of properties, and Call of Duty
Yeah.
ain't what Call of Duty used to be. I can tell you that much for goddamn sure. And
this isn't 2008.
Yeah,
This isn't Modern Warfare 2 anymore.
No, and like, and in Crash Bandicoot and Spyro is just a mess. So, and I highly doubt they'll make a new and original Crash or Spyro game. I highly doubt it. Like if they'll make a sequel
Well-
to like Wrath of Cortex or whatever. Like I don't.
I mean, I'm fairly sure that both the Spyro remake and the Crash Bandicoot remakes did pretty good. So I would imagine they would want to capitalize on that.
Yeah, but even though they did well, I still can't see them making a brand new one, like non-related to anything in the past, like brand new. I honestly can't see them, and they're probably going to be banking on the CRT remake now. But like
CRT. Oh yes,
Crash
the
Team
Crash
Racing.
Team Racing.
those look good.
Yes,
but-
I'm not gonna lie. I only heard about it yesterday when I was on Amazon, bored as fuck.
Wow, you absolute profligate scum. Fuck me. Anyway, yeah. Put simply, is that like Activision doesn't have a lot in its utility belt anymore, and what it does have isn't that good. But it also worries me, or maybe not me, because I'm not interested in a lot of these properties, but it worries me for anyone who's actually interested in these things. One, I don't think Crash or Spyro are going to get any more further sequels down the line. And for the future of Call of Duty and anyone who still cares about Call of Duty, I think you're going to be in a bumpy fucking road, my friend. Because the next Call of Duty game...
As we mentioned at the very start of the podcast, I can't talk. OMFG Kazi. He was a Call of Duty YouTuber, and his viewership has basically died because of Call of Duty. Like, everyone that was interested in Call of Duty has just fallen out.
Haha, Andrew, you suck.
He's doing like armor free
Yeah,
now.
I know. At
so
least he's
I'm
not doing
sure
COD
doing
anyway.
okay.
But basically, this is what kind of worries me, because Black Ops 4 already has an egregious monetization scheme. They have the supply drops from Black Ops 3, blah 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 blah. And then they have, well, you know, the radicals. Ugh.
Ooh.
If you don't know about the
Ooh,
radicals,
tech review.
yeah, if you don't know about the radicals,
Oh.
pretty much they're selling, like, you know, red dots for guns, for money. So, do you ever play
Yeah,
Black Ops?
you know
that
those
funny
things
smiley
that
face? You know those things that are like integral to gameplay? Well, not integral, but you know, very small, minor things. Like, oh, I could do that. Yeah, do you remember when you played Black Ops and you're like, oh, look at that, I can put a smiley face when I aim down sights? Yeah, $2, please.
I mean, I know it's a small thing. I know
But
it's small,
still,
but
like,
it's just saying that a thing that's been there since fucking
8 years
let's
ago,
say
that used to be
War-
free, and
yeah.
you can just earn it.
not even like 10 years ago, Modern Warfare 2. That was free.
For me, all I know
In
is
10
Black
years,
Ops, so.
you have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Sorry. But I do know that was a customization in Modern Warfare 2. I couldn't escape that because in primary school, everyone was Modern Warfare fan, and I was the only Halo boy.
I was like,
I
hey
was the one and only.
guys, you want to play some D&D? Oh, God.
Hey guys, do you want to come to my birthday party and play some Slayer? Halo. It's really fun. Do you have Call of Duty? No. Well, fuck off.
I'm surprised they didn't ask.
Meanwhile,
if you had
I was
FIFA.
stuck with. Oh fucking
Do you play
FIFA! Jesus
FIFA?
Christ.
God, that people still talk about FIFA now. Like where we go to, Christ.
Like when will FIFA die?
I hope soon. I really do. Because
Quite frankly,
literally, it's only popular here, and it really pisses me off because people won't shut the fuck up about FIFA. The few times I brought in
And
the
quite-
PS4, it's like, hey, do you have FIFA? It's like, no, I'm not a fucking chode.
Jesus Christ.
No, fuck you.
We're trying to have our Tekken tournaments in school. We're trying to bring in some fun. Stop complaining about FIFA.
Please, for the love of God, or Fortnite, God, that one even makes less
Wait,
sense.
people actually ask for Fortnite?
Yeah, do you not remember?
No, I don't remember this.
Oh, don't worry about it. Anyway, yeah, so, fuck, maybe we are
Anyway,
big
yeah.
ass tangent. Anyway, for the future of Call of Duty, basically, my worry is that, like, instead of trying to be sort of smart and maybe, you know, try and figure something out on Activision's case, they're just gonna pump and pump and pump any games they have filled with micros, even more than they already have. And that's why I think Modern Warfare 4 is the next Call of Duty game that's going to be out, and I can bet you that thing's going to be loaded to the fucking brim with microtransactions.
I'm seeing it right now. I'm fucking seeing it. Like, you know those little symbols you make emblems with nowadays? You're gonna have to start paying for those. Do you want a triangle, kids?
Do you want a triangle to use to draw your penis? $1, please. Christ, but yeah, like, it's really worrying because, like, well, maybe not worrying, but it's just like, Jesus Christ, it's just gonna get worse and worse. I know it. I can feel it in my bones, because it's like, it's not like, because I bet you now, there's not going to be a single player again. There's going to be, I bet you Modern Warfare 4 is going to have zombies, and I bet you it's going to have another Battle Royale mode, and I bet you they'll all be monetizable with some kind of microtransaction bullshit. Every single inch of it loaded. And that's what worries me, because they're, I don't know, like, it's just, it feels inevitable, don't you think?
don't. One thing I just wish we could get back
To
was
the
Modern
good
Warfare
old
1.
days. God, I wanna...
To the good
No,
old
no, 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 no,
days.
shut up, I hate that song.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but no, yeah. One thing I wish we could get back is just fucking Modern Warfare 1, where we could have DLC maps where it was all like tongue in cheek. Take for example the fucking zombies map where you had fucking Robert English, Danny Trejo.
Excuse me, that was
Was it
actually
English?
England.
England. Fuck off, whoever you are.
Yeah, fuck.
Leave me alone.
For those who don't know, that's the actor who played
But
Freddy Krueger.
Danny Trejo. Yes, Danny Trejo, Freddy Krueger, Daphne from the live-action movies.
No, can we stop?
And
No.
and I think George Romero.
No. Okay, no, here's the cast of Call of the Dead. Machete, Merle from Walking Dead, Freddy Krueger, Daphne from Scooby-Doo, and that guy that made Dawn of the Living Dead. There we go. That's the perfect cast.
Beautiful.
Well, you can't figure out their names, so you might as well just call them that. Christ.
Oh my god.
Also, that was on Black Ops 1, actually. You fucking fake fan.
Just
See,
Shut
I
up.
may not like Call of Duty, but I do like zombies, so, you know, don't test me, son Jim.
like at least zombies.
It's fun.
It knows it knows it's stupid, and it plays to the fact it's stupid, and
Yeah,
it works that campiness to the utmost extreme.
yeah, I'd say so. But, like, I don't know, I haven't played Black Ops 4 at all, but the zombies in that just looks strange. Like, funny enough, in Call of Duty, what was it, World War II, I think the zombies is really grounded and a lot more, like, horror-based, which that actually is a nice change of pace. This new one where they're, like, gladiators and shit, I don't get it. Like, they're on the Titanic, I don't fucking know, it's weird. I haven't played it, but it feels
And
like...
I seen that they were like in a gladiator pit or something like that.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Activision. I think maybe now. Call me hopeful, but I think there might be a small chance that Activision might collapse. Just maybe. Like,
Call me hopeful, but I hope this entire company explodes on itself.
well, like, obviously it's not good because people are gonna lose their jobs and shit. But like, it's still a rat shit company that like does nothing in your interest. Like, if you're someone who's gonna be like, listen, Activision doesn't care about you. They care what's in your wallet. That's why it always annoys me about some people who are like, who'll defend big people or like big companies. It's like, they don't care about you. You want to, like, they really don't, and you're kind of an idiot for thinking otherwise. So I really don't care. And it's like, they probably wouldn't be in this mess if they simply stopped paying their fucking executives who barely do anything these huge lump sums, and maybe cut some of that money into maybe game development or your developers or people who aren't your fucking executives, because they don't deserve that money, and maybe give it to other people who are more deserving of it, who actually put work and time and effort into their shit. Like, for fuck's sake. Like, Satoru Iwata, God bless his soul, had the right idea. Like, I think this...
I can understand where you're coming from, but the thing is, if Activision does, dissolve, where are the IPs gonna go? Like,
Sorry?
what I'm thinking is, if Activision does dissolve, where are the IPs gonna go?
Well,
Like, where
Spyro
where
would
will
definitely go
Crash
to Sony,
Bandicoot
like,
stand? Where will Spyro stand?
Has to be to Sony, right? Makes sense.
I'm not sure, man.
Sony already has one foot in the
'Cause
door when
I-
it comes to them too, so I'd say so.
Because I feel like it's going to be another, like, if you remember this, or if you know about this, Enix and Squaresoft, I feel like it's going to be a situation like that, where I know it's not completely similar, but those two companies kind of merged, and a lot of IPs kind of got lost in the aftermath.
Well,
Aftermath. Yeah, that's it.
I'm very certain someone has to be able to pick up the IPs. Like, I doubt they can just leave them there. But, like, I don't know. Like, the IPs, I'm not too worried about. I definitely think Sony would try their best to pick those up. Most definitely. I wouldn't be shocked at that instance. But, yeah, I think I've said everything I wanted to say. Anything else you want to add?
Well, not particularly. I just want to say, can we take a quick intermission for reasons?
For reasons.
Reasons of bodily functions.
Again. Is this just
You can take.
fine, whatever. I guess it's just gonna be the running theme where it's just like, oh yeah, one of us has to leave for
Hey.
like 5 minutes.
Hey, you had to go get water in you for like 5 minutes. I need to take water out of me for 5 minutes.
What do you mean? I only had to leave on like the first episode. This is 2 episodes now.
Whatever. I'm gonna take my piss. I'll see you later.
Just go.
Be back in a bit.
Fuck me. This guy, weak bladder. That's how you know you don't trust a man. Weak bladder. Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah. I don't know. I was gonna talk about Mortal Kombat. Sure, I'll talk about Mortal Kombat. Why not? Mortal Kombat 11 is looking pretty damn good. I've heard some things that aren't, well, maybe not bad, but it's like I've been playing a lot of MKX as of recently, and I've been getting a feel of hang of it. Unfortunately, my controller's a bit busted, so I can't do it as well. But like, I sort of forgot how like sort of speedy that the game is as a whole, and it's just like whoa. And hearing that that MK11 is going to be a lot slower of a game, I think maybe not is worrying, but I think it'll be a nice change of pace, because obviously people have maybe not complained, but have mentioned the speed problem, and I think it could be resolved. I think they will, like especially with the dashing, they'll increase the speed and whatnot. But other than that, as far as I've seen, like it's looking pretty good. Like I still look back on it even after like 3 weeks of it being out. It's still looking great. Like, but actually, I might as well say, can I just say fuck you to all like the Mortal Kombat YouTubers? More specifically, I might as well just say Dynasty. I think is one of them, because just like he can make a 5-minute video out of a singular tweet. I think it was the one that pissed me off the most, which was the Mortal Kombat Combat Cast, which is supposed to happen, I think, on the sometime Tuesday in January, like the last week of January. That got cancelled due to weather conditions and whatnot. And I think he managed to make a 5-minute video out of a tweet. And it's just like I didn't watch the full thing because I literally couldn't. Like it was a case of just like I skimmed for the entire video, and I was like, he shows the tweet twice and it lasts for a wee bit. It's just like how do you do any of this where it's just like, what do you say other than, okay guys, I guess the combat cast has been cancelled, you'll have to learn about it later, but then I guess we won't see Cabal? Like, what do you really say other than, like, that video should be like a cliff note of fucking something in a description, like not an entire video on its own. And that's the thing, every time like Ed Boon makes a fucking tweet, I see this guy's like, okay guys, I have some new news. Ed Boon tweeted that Shaggy's gonna be in Mortal Kombat. That's so crazy. And it's just like, how can you be this, I don't want to say good, but like, how can you be like this? Like, when you're stretching out videos like this, where it's just like you're literally digging out, like you're searching for. You search already at the bottom of the barrel, and then you keep searching. You just dig deeper down the bottom of that barrel. It's like, how do you do that? Like, it's modern. Like, maybe it's just the whole YouTube as a whole. Maybe I don't get the whole YouTube brand every day, bro. It's just strange to me. Like, if you want some decent Mortal Kombat, like, gameplay or whatever, like, I'd say either ketchup and mustard. Great. Especially their Choose Your Destiny. It's based on basically the MK11. So they have like in-depth guides of all the characters for the most part. I think minus like Scarlet or something. Basically, watch them if you're in any way interested in MK11, ketchup and mustard. And yeah, Dynasty's fucking annoying. It's like always just fucking like this new video. It's based on a fucking tweet. Ed Boon said weed, and it's just like, wow. How do you do that? Like, again, I guess I just don't get the YouTube grind or whatever. But fucking know, it's just annoying. I guess because I see it in my feed all the time, and it's just like, how do you do these fucking things? Like literally, I see. Like there was one. I don't think it was from him. That was like based on the tweet as well, but it was before the MK11 reveal, where it was just like a little lizard guy, and it was just like reptile confirmed question mark, and it was like another 5-minute fucking video. It was like, could this be a reference to Chameleon? Because Chameleon is a reptile. I like Chameleon. Blah 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 blah.
Hey, Bolus, yeah, back. I don't know much about Mortal Kombat, but was there a character called Chameleon?
Yes.
Am I just being stupid?
There was. I don't blame you for not knowing, since.
Are they from the PS2 era? Because that makes sense.
No. He was in the classic Tridge of MK. It was
okay.
just a very like, I don't know. It was like a character for like the fucking like NES, like for the NES version of like Mortal UMK Free. And like that was it.
I see.
Although I did find there's two chameleons. There's a male chameleon and a female chameleon, and I think the female chameleon has been in 2 games. And like it was it was in, like again Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 for like the SNES or Mortal Kombat Gold maybe, and then Mortal Kombat Armageddon for the Wii. Not the other ones, for the Wii port, and that's all of her appearances, and that's why I want her to be an MKX or 11, because, you know, she needs some representation.
Yeah, I want to get that scaly puss. I want to see some hentai.
You know, that's actually what worries me when you say that, because when I say chameleon, I still imagine just like sort of human person, but I know they're gonna turn into a fucking reptile situation, and reptile looks like shit nowadays. Anyway, yeah, enjoyed your piss.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. It was quite, The fuck are you calling me for? Go away. Don't want you. People calling me in the middle of doing a recording session? Come on.
So unprofessional.
Trying to be professional here. I know, seriously. But anyway, yeah, back to about my piss. Yeah, very enjoyable.
That's great.
I just hope you I just hope you edit out that segment where I was gone.
That what?
You know, just edit out that segment I was gone for.
Why? I had some very useful information to share. You know I don't edit things out on
No,
this.
I mean...
I keep everything.
I know. I'm just saying edit out my dialogue. Because all you're gonna hear is... Oh, fuck yes, that was great. That's all you're gonna hear from my end.
Okay, noted.
That's all you're gonna hear.
Although that would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Did you have any thing?
You did that last time. You did that last time, and I heard myself whistling in the background.
Maybe it's just because I didn't realize.
And that was incredibly embarrassing.
Oh, that's your fault, not mine.
Although very erotic as well.
Well, you're getting erotic. That's some next level narcissism right there. Anyway, yeah. Did you have any topics to bring up that people don't care about?
Not particularly. I guess this is
Fucking
part of the show. I'm moving on to the next segment, god damn it. Which we should be wrapping up the show pretty soon.
I thought you had like a mini thing like last month where it's like, the thing. Oh, what movie was it? The Monster Hunter movie thing.
We did talk about it, but that was incredibly short. But moving on to the next segment. Paulus. Or maybe me, because I haven't been talking for a while. I don't know. What have we been up to for the past month?
Past month? Christ. I've been playing this game
Yes.
called Sony Vegas 14.
Been playing this game, Sony Vegas.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Well, I guess some stuff I've actually played. I'd say that I've been digging my heels back into Mortal Kombat X in preparation for the 11th installment. And yeah,
I have noticed you have been bringing in Mortal Kombat X a
well,
lot.
no one's been asking for
And,
Tekken. No one's been asking for Tekken, so
I've been kind of wishing that Tekken would come back, but
it will
hey,
eventually.
if our boy Amin Shaheen Vadim
Amin,
Velvet
the
Dream
Velveteen
wants
Amin.
Mortal Kombat X, he will get Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah, you'll do anything to impress him. But yeah, I've been playing it. It's
I love you, Amin.
Alright, shut up. I'm gonna cut that out for the very fucking least. Fuck's
Yeah.
sake. I won't. But yeah, I've been playing it more, well, not more often, I've been busy with stuff, but for the most part I've been digging my heels back into Mortal Kombat, and it's been a lot more enjoyable. Like, I kind of looked down on MKX for the past couple months, since I sort of gave up on it. Excuse me. I'd given up on MKX for a little bit, a good couple months. I sort of tried to be like an MK9 purist, which I still do prefer MK9, at least in some respects. But MK10 is not bad at all. Like, I think I gave it a bit of a bad rap, at least in my head. I never really talked to anyone about it because no one asked me my opinion on this shit. But like, I've been playing it more, and it's been fun. It's especially been fun playing with you lot because it's always better to play with actual humans instead of the AI. Because that's just,
Oh yeah,
that's-
because I mean you
that's
have
just the
that
nature of
you have that
games,
kind of
like-
visceral feeling of competitism.
Well, to be honest, I wouldn't consider it competitive with you lot, but sure, if you really want to put yourself on that high pedestal. Christ,
Oh,
it's like a cunt.
I'm sorry, Mister. Mister Overlord of Mortal Kombat
To be honest, I'd beat you at any fighting
and
game.
Tekken
Like,
and every other fighting game we bring in.
I'd beat you at any fighting game. Like,
Well, next week when I get Smash, we'll see who wins.
Scott,
Most likely you, but
you're getting bodied. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna be 1,500 feet under the ground. I'll be at like the edge of the crust of the earth.
yeah, you will taste my wrath as you've done under many a time. But yeah, in terms of actually, I might as well say, for those of you who care, again, I avoided talking about this because I knew I'd get into a tangent by Mortal Kombat. First of all, Kano got announced, which I'm very happy about, because I think his MK9...
Well, I mean, Kano's
lovely. His MK10 rendition is amazing. I think his MK10 is so underappreciated. I think it's perfect. He's the ultimate... Like, he is literally the joke of all Australians are just Korea's prisoners on Prison Island, personified. They just live on Prison Island. Their homes are just prison cells. And it's great. I love him, and the fact, although the way he was announced was really gay, because it was an MK11 showing at like some kind of, I don't know, some kind of weird, like, I don't know, just some country having some, like, I don't know, maybe Portugal or something, where they're showing off MK11, and then they didn't announce Kano, at least not, like, directly. They announced a skin that he would have, which is just...
Oh wait, so they indirectly announced Kano.
by showing him in a stupid pirate outfit. And it's just...
Sakes.
And then basically it was pretty much just like a day, maybe a couple hours afterwards, Ed Boon on his Twitter was just like, you know, this is like the one time I can't actually be trolling. Yeah, here's Kano. Sends a little promo pic of what he actually looks like in game. And I was just like, well, at least he's being honest about it, but goddamn, like, could you not? Like, who thought that was a good idea? Like, who thought that was a good idea? Because obviously it would leak or something, but nah, it's just like, whatever, just show it. Like, I've been waiting so patiently for gameplay like character reveal trailers, and then it's just like the first character that's been revealed since the showing of MK11 is just, oh yeah, here's Kano, here's him in his stupid pirate hat. It's like, no, I want a trailer. Why? Give me a fucking trailer.
Well, I mean,
God damn it! I just
I mean, they gave
I just
fucking
I just want a trailer where it's just him walking up on Sonya going, "Hello, baby." Cracks knuckles.
Well, I mean, at least they didn't give like his partner the kind of shitty treatment they gave him.
I don't.
Where it's just like, well, oh my god, what was that?
I don't really follow.
For anyone in the audience, for anyone in the audience that doesn't know,
Like me.
I believe in some sort of gameplay, like showing off thing, they were kind of wrapping it up, and they had on the stage they had 2 screens beside them, and some mysterious character running past with a blue blur.
Right. The Cabal thing. Actually, I think that was clever.
Yeah, the Cabal.
No, I think that was clever. I like the Cabal tease.
I don't know.
like
Kind of.
No, I like the Cabal tease because at least it was a tease, or it's like, yeah, it's Cabal, but you don't see him. You just know he's there.
It would be great if it turned out it wasn't Cabal, but like movie Sonic.
That's fucking yeah, like, no, Cabal, please. I just hope he's not as top tier as he was in Mortal Kombat 9, because if he is, it's not gonna be fun. For those who don't know, Cabal was the god in Mortal Kombat 9, best character. Anyway, yeah, I think that's my Mortal Kombat rant over. Actually, fuck. I wanted to say something about Baraka.
Baraka, he's a faceless goon that could be replaced by any other person in his race.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think that covers it.
Sure.
Right?
No, I just remember the joke where we pretty much just said Baraka's the most peaceful character in all of Mortal Kombat, but no one can understand him.
Oh my god!
He don't have
yes.
lips. He doesn't have a mouth. He don't have lips, so he
Yeah.
can't actually make noises. So he's just like, no,
for everyone who-
and it's just like,
For everyone at home, we came up in this out of podcast.
little in joke.
It was just we were just kind of talking about how Baraka is, faceless goon, essentially.
Yeah, well, it was more of a
Um,
case of just like I was showing you the MK11 just gameplay and shit, and it was just basically, I think I mentioned the fact that like Baraka shouldn't be able to talk. I think it was the same thing Bully said back way when was like he can't talk, he doesn't have lips. It was just like it turned into him like sort of mumbling like, "Oh, I'm alright," and it turned into just he's actually the most peaceful character in all of Mortal Kombat. But since no one can understand him, they always think he's trying to fight them.
Just because of how scary he looks.
And he's just like, "No, I want Ark. You want to fight? All right, I'll kill you then."
I see foul demon from the nether realm. I shall smite thee where they stand. Oh, I want to give you a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my god, that I just looked at the audio recording and oh my god, that just all peaked. That entire
Good
segment.
job. Anyway, yeah, I think that's my Mortal Kombat rant.
Anyway,
over.
Anything else? Anything
What
else you
about
want to say?
What have you been doing?
Hello.
Aye.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
Christ. See, this is why this doesn't work when you have shitty internet, Scott.
I'm sorry. Maybe next time I should come around to your house.
God, please don't. I like it on my own.
Okay, maybe next time we come around to my house.
Your attic smells, to be honest.
Okay, fine then. Maybe next time we'll just walk into the middle of the park and record there.
I hate nature. Anyway, yeah, what have you been up to, Scotland Dawson?
What have I been up to? Well, I have been... I've been playing irrelevant games. And by irrelevant games, I mean the original Fear.
I thought you were going to talk about
From-
Warhammer, but alright. I wasn't expecting
Oh,
this.
well, no, that is me. That's Finton.
I guess. I don't know.
But, Fear.
Fear.
Uh,
Christ.
Should I talk about this, or should we just end it here?
No, keep going. I honestly didn't expect it. Like,
Well, yeah, because I haven't told anyone. But no, Fear. I recently was scrolling through, like, GOG, because I recently have started to suck the dick off GOG. Good old games, if you don't know. Download them, they're
I don't
incredibly
think
good.
anyone wants to know.
Use GOG, goddammit.
Use...
Their prices are fucking great. But, no. While scrolling through GOG, I seen that Fear was on sale, so I decided, why not? It'll be a fun wee experience, maybe a couple wee spooks. I didn't realize how much fun I would actually have with it.
See, that's the thing I was always thinking about. I never played Fear, but I know of it, and it was one of those cases, like, it's an action shooter, but also horror. I don't feel like those two things go together, because the thing is... No, listen, homie. You're, like, something scary when it's, like, you can't, like, fight it, you know, you can only run from it or whatever. When you have a 12 gauge shotgun pointed at that scary thing's face, you feel less scared. When you have an AK-47 against Slender Man, you're not going to feel as intimidated by him.
Well, like, you say that, but when, say, about, for a good 10 minutes, or, like, for the introduction of the game, you're kind of put into the mindset of, yeah, you're uber macho man with, like, fucking slow down powers.
Okay.
And you're like, oh, fucking sweet, yeah, I'm practically indestructible. But then it goes quiet. It goes from Michael Bay to fucking Silent Hill, and it's just completely quiet. And the change in atmosphere, I don't know if I sound stupid or anything, but the change in atmosphere, it's such a contrast that it actually kind of unnerves me sometimes.
I guess I know what you mean, but still, like, I can't help but feel like the mixture doesn't really work, at least for me. I think horror works best when you're, like, you know, helpless in a situation, rather than arms
Yeah,
to the
like,
teeth.
well, yeah, considering we played, fucking...
Yeah, we played Silent Hill and Harry...
Silent Hill last year, yeah.
Or what's his name? Not Harry. Booker DeWitt. Booker DeWitt was... well, he played like shit. There was a point where it's like you almost wanted to avoid combat just because, you know, it didn't not necessarily feel good, but it was clunky, it was unresponsive, it was not unresponsive, but it was just unreliable. A gun, for the most part, is pretty reliable. If I see a ghost, I'll be like, yeah, that's all spooky and all, but I got a Magnum, and I pointed it sideways.
Yeah, but like, what's a Magnum gonna do to an incorporeal being?
I guess, but still, a gun's a gun, and I feel safer because I at least know I can pop a cap in someone's ass.
Well, I mean, would you feel safer when literally everything around you is going into hellfire while this little girl in a red dress walks toward you and literally nothing you can do helps?
Well, that's what I mean by helplessness. Like, I guess that's what you mean by juxtaposition or contrast, where it's just like...
Yeah, because, like, you're this big bad macho man.
But, like,
from
it's the moment of where your shit's taken away, where you start to be all vulnerable and stuff.
The thing is, you still have all your guns and stuff, but no matter what you do, nothing helps. And I know it sounds like goofy and stuff, but as soon as you start seeing your health bar slowly ticking down, that puts my heart racing.
Alright. Well, like, you know, I don't know. I guess to each of their own. I probably should play more to really make a decision, but honestly, I'd feel like I'd try to... If you wanted to make a horror shooter where it was focused on the shooting, I feel like you'd have to make it, like, almost survival-like, where, like, death was just, like, boom, you're fucking dead, like, one shot, where it's like you had to fear your enemies, and not just, like, the one girl.
Like, basically have Hotline Miami, but in first person?
Yeah, Hotline Miami stuff, but it's also, like, to incorporate the horror element. Like, if you get shot in the leg or something, you're gonna get slowed down, you're gonna leave a blood trail, and the guys can track you down, and you have to worry while you sit and cry, and you're in the vent, like, oh god, are they gonna find me, and then you get grabbed by the leg, it's like, stop, bitch, I'm gonna stab you. See, there's, like, horror in war. You don't even need a
But, like,
Monstar.
actually, talking about like that kind of. Speaking of horror games and how they're done terribly, Outlast 2, me and like this was a couple of years ago when it first came out. Me and a couple friends, like I stayed over at my friend's house. We played through it and completed it within a night. And within the first 10 minutes, we seen basically all the game had to throw at us.
Christ.
Cause no, but seriously, they throw like this big scary monster at you, monster lady. She cuts your dick in half so it becomes a gaping tube vagina.
Okay.
And just after that, what like what else is going to shock you? You blew your load within the first 10 minutes.
Christ. That's
So the entire time, like there were mild like jump scares, but for the rest of the game it was more of just
it's already been topped, so you
Fu-
can't
it was
do
ju-
this.
yeah, and it was just frustration on how daft the game is.
Right.
Oh, not to mention that they completely stole a scare from Nightmare on Elm Street,
Okay.
where there's a segment where you're talking on the phone, and there's some creepy guy talking to you, and then your character looks to the phone, and the piece that was up to your ear was like a mouth with the tongue licking. Yeah, totally stolen from Nightmare on Elm Street. So they can't even do their good scares by themselves.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's been interesting. Frankly, I don't even like horror games, but whatever.
I like them mostly because I like having people around to play them, so I don't have to play them myself.
Anyway, yeah, I think. Oh, geez, that's a minute. That's an hour and 20. I think that's.
Hey, our longest episode.
Yeah, feels weird. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but anyway, yeah. Thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you for sitting through. If you do get up to this point, which I know most of you aren't, you fucking bastards.
Yeah.
But for the one or two
The
people
few
that actually
soldiers who've mustered on, we thank you.
thank you for dealing with our bullshit. Also, stop messaging me, you bastards! Trying to be professional here. Don't need the goddamn
To
phone
correct
rattling
Scott,
off.
what he's trying to say is, excuse me for my lack of professionalism.
Yes, but no.
You're like,
Thank you. Hopefully we can get this video over 200 views. Considering the last, in fairness, like episode 2, I'm looking this up now. Episode 2, that got
I'm gonna cut you off.
over 100.
Anyway,
so.
yeah, this episode has nothing to do with Metal Gear. Bye.
Bye. Is that us? Is that us done?
V has come to.
V has come too.